Hey everyone, Michael here, and back by popular demand, I bring to you the second episode of Popular Decks. You guys voted this week for me to play Turbo Fog, which I hope you guys are ready for it, because this deck takes absolutely forever to play. And there's two different Turbo Fog lists. This list is my favorite one. It's M. Lovebow's list, and it doesn't play any mill cards other than Thought Scour. The idea is you win by playing a Battlefield Scrounger and putting cards back onto the bottom of your library every turn and waiting for your opponent to mill naturally. You help them a little bit out with Thought Scour, but Battlefield Scrounger is the main win condition. The Thought Scour is really just a concession to time. You would never play it if time weren't a factor. So let's get to the deck list a little bit. We've got 21 lands. Importantly, we have 2 cycle lands. This is a little bit different from M. Lovebow's list. He does not play the cycle lands, but I like them because I want to have access to something to Paupular. You can see this deck doesn't play any fetch lands at all. There's no Ash Barrens or Terramorphic Expanses of any kind, so sometimes Paupular becomes a dead card unless you're able to put a land in the graveyard with pieces of the puzzle, and that was a little too risky for me. Also, I like being able to pulse something back every single turn at the end of the game, so that's the land base. We've got 8 fogs. There's no tangles in here. We found M. Lovebow found that he didn't need them. I don't have enough experience with the deck to say for sure. Moment's Peace is obviously great, and fog is just efficient. And sometimes we need the extra life from respite, especially to flashback the deep analysis. Next, we have an incredible number of card draw spells. We have 17 here, and all of them are card advantage except for the 4 Preordains and the Thought Scours. So we've got 12 different card advantage spells, and that is an absolute ton. And the reason for that is we don't really need to worry about ever removing or countering our opponent's creatures unless they're an Ulamog's Crusher. That's the only one that we need to worry about. The rest are all taken care of with fogs for the most part. Next, we've got our ramp spells. This is where my list differs again from M. Lovebow's a little bit. I have 2 fewer basics in my list because I put these two cycle lands in, so I find that a lot of times I run out of lands to hit with Rampant Growth and Kodama's Reach, so I put in this Explore instead for one Rampant Growth. Next, we've got our Counterspell Suite, and what's nice about this deck is you can run Arcane Denial. Like our last deck with Memory Lapse, you can use this little more versatile but strange counterspell. So Arcane Denial gives them extra cards. They get 2 cards after you counter their spell, but that's exactly what we want with this deck. We want our opponents to draw extra cards. In most matchups, almost all their cards are dead, so Arcane Denial is a great card. We just have the 1 of Negate. And finally, we've got the win conditions. Scrounger almost never attacks, but sometimes you can kill someone with it. Against Burn, there's a couple matchups where the Scrounger really gets frisky and finishes them off. Paupular, mostly a life gain, get back a land card, but it also makes a loop with Scrounger. They can kill your Scrounger every turn, and then you don't have to worry about it. In the sideboard, we've just got a couple little one-ofs here. We've got a Negate for obviously the spell-heavy matchups. We've got a Respite, which is just an extra fog, and then we've got another Paupular. This one's for the matchups where we think they might be exiling our graveyard a little bit, and we might need to cast 2 pulses in the same turn to get our Scrounger back, stuff like that. We've got 4 Dispels and 4 Hydroblast, and then 4 Curse of the Bloody Tome. The curses are for mostly for when we run out of time, and I guarantee I will have to bring these in for time at some point in this video set. I am going to run out of time with this deck. It is extremely click heavy, and if my client lags at all due to my recording software, or if I'm just playing a little slower because I'm talking to you guys, I'm definitely gonna have to bring these in. And they're the quick mill condition, so you can win in only 15 turns instead of 30. And that's pretty much the whole list. Again, a reminder to you guys: make sure you subscribe below if you want to see more videos like this. Give me a like, give me some comments with any feedback you guys have. I'm trying to get a little better at this, get faster, get smoother, less less monotone. Hopefully my volume is a little bit higher this week. I'm trying some editing software to make it a little louder for you guys. If it's still not loud enough, I can do some more things. It's just going to be a little more work for me. So I'm hoping this is a good volume for you guys. And that's about it for me. So let's get to some games.